Hey guys, welcome to another video. I just posted the last vlog yesterday, so I figured I would go ahead and start a new one today. So as you've seen, I just put together my new toys. I got a miter saw, and then I had to go back and get a stand for it because I didn't know that I needed something to attach it to keep it from tipping and all of that. So then I went and got that and just put it together. It wasn't too hard, but now that it's together, I don't know how to lift the saw. I don't know how to like unlock the saw. So I'm gonna have to go find the book and figure out how to do that before I can cut anything. But my plan is, my overall reason for getting the saw was because I'm gonna need it. I'm doing all the tongue and groove. I'm gonna have a lot of cutting, especially angled cuts. So that's why I got it. Now that I have it, I'll think of lots of other uses for it. And just to give it kind of a practice run, I'm gonna make some shelves, and I'll show that to you guys in this vlog at some point. Not today. And I also have some other projects that I'm working on as well, which I will show you guys when I get to them. This vlog is probably also going to be a few weeks. Hopefully at some point I'll show you some house stuff too. Hopefully.
So I already started eating, but I figured I would show you what I made because it's really, really delicious. It's got some like pre-cooked steak strips that come in the freezer section, and then I just cooked them up with some mixed vegetables, onions and peppers, some black beans, and a can of tomatoes with chilies. I cooked that all together with some taco seasoning and then topped it with sour cream and cheese. And it's delicious. Say. Good morning, guys. I woke up at 4:30 this morning. Have to be at work at 7, so I try to give myself a pretty good amount of time to get ready in the morning so I don't have to rush. I always end up rushing anyway, but yeah. I'm gonna start getting ready, I guess. Has anyone ever heard of earthing, or some people call it grounding? I've heard of grounding in like a spiritual sense or in like a yoga sense, but never in a literal like electrical sense for your body anyway. Yes, Keenan, I'm touching you. Okay. I watched a really fascinating documentary the other day. I actually didn't finish it. I still have to go finish it, but it's about grounding your bodies with the earth by taking your shoes off outside. And it's really interesting, and there's a lot of actual like health benefits to doing this, to having a grounded body. And we've been wearing synthetic rubber shoes for decades, and this whole time we've been blocking the currents that are coming out of the ground. So yeah, I think the documentary is called Earthing, and I'm sure there's lots of other information out there if anybody is interested in checking out. Like I said, it's really fascinating. The reason I'm bringing that up is because I took Keenan outside this morning to pee, and as soon as I hit the porch, I realized I didn't have shoes on. And I mean, it wouldn't really be a big deal, but I have a stone driveway that they have to cross, and I didn't want to make him like turn around and go back inside just to get shoes on, so I went for it, and it was rough. I realized how tender my feet are, but it was okay once I got to the grass. And then I stood there thinking about this, you know, earthing thing, and maybe that was meant to happen. Never know. So anyway.
Yeah, say good morning, peoples. Good morning. Hello. Hello? I know. Yeah, get ready. I don't have clothes time. No clothes time.
So yeah, I'm gonna go get ready. I'm gonna do something with this hair because I slept on it kind of damp last night, so alright. I will check in with you guys later. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, and just previously, probably the clip right before this, I mentioned how I was watching that documentary about earthing, and I did go back and finish watching it, and then I did even more research on top of that because it's very fascinating to me. And then I went and bought something, so let me show you what I bought. So this is an earthing sheet. I was just sitting on it, so it's a little messed up. It's just laying here. Really, Keenan? You really? Hello. But yeah, it's just like this, and it's just wide enough for like one person to lay on. It has silver, pure silver threads going through it, and this one happens to be 10%, which pretty much all of the other ones were only 5% silver, so I figure this one being 10% should be stronger in theory. But it plugs in here, and this wire goes into the little ground port in the receptacle, and you sleep on it. I mean, you can just stand on it if you want to, but this one is nice and soft cotton, whereas some of the other products are made of like a rubber material that you would use under, you know, on your desk or under your feet to stand on, etc. So I can try to link this particular one down below. I did buy it off of Amazon. I don't know if Amazon kicked me off their affiliate program or not, but I can try to link it for you. It was like $36. So I'm not like going to pretend I'm an expert on this. I literally just found out about it, but okay, so you're constantly exposed to electronics, and your body is absorbing the voltage from electronics, and that's not good for your body. The voltage in your body should actually be at 0, but I tried to test it and my multimeter wasn't working, but I've seen other videos where people were testing their body voltage with a multimeter, you know, when touching a computer and stuff like that, and it goes like high, like in the 20s, and even higher with some people actually stood under like power lines and tested. So by grounding, by having a grounding mat or just literally standing on the earth in your bare feet, brings your body's voltage back to 0 or close to 0. And by doing that, it helps tremendously with inflammation. And helping with inflammation, you know, that so many different ailments are symptoms of inflammation in the body. So for me in particular, I wake up with back pain every single morning. It usually goes away after a couple hours of being awake, but when I wake up in the first thing in the morning, like I can't even bend over to like put shoes on or to put my dog's leash on. I have to hold on to something. I tried getting a new mattress, a firm mattress, which did not help at all. So I went back to my old mattress because it was a lot more comfortable. And I think I'll probably try a new mattress again when I'm in my new house. But for now, there's just too much other stuff going on. And I was hoping that this grounding sheet would help that. And I only slept on it last night, and I did sleep really, really good, but I still had back pain this morning. So maybe it takes a couple nights. We'll see. I just got off work. I got off work a couple hours early, so thinking about what I can do today. My dad is actually sick this weekend, so there was no working on the house, and it's unfortunate because there's only like one piece of drywall that has to go up under the steps in the bathroom before I can have it inspected. I could probably have it inspected without that being done, and he probably wouldn't say anything, but I'd rather just do it first. Then once that's done, I can go back to working on the mudding, and that's something I can do by myself in my spare time. So hopefully in the next day or two, I'll be to that point. Also with the tongue and groove, we're having problems trying to figure out how exactly to tongue and groove the ends of the boards. As I said, I think in another vlog, it might have been in the beginning of this vlog, I don't remember, but we're trying to tongue and groove the ends of the boards so they don't have to end and start on a stud. They can actually fall in between studs, but they'll still be locked together. And it's being a little more difficult to figure out than we thought. I don't know. I think my dad has an idea, so hopefully this week we'll also start on that. And in the meantime, I'm just killing time doing other little projects. So that brings me to today's project, which I know I'm going to regret as soon as I get into this. I'm going to be like, why did I start this now? It's only 1:30 in the afternoon, so. But, okay, so a little backstory. The place that I live now, when I moved in here, it wasn't an apartment, it was actually offices. So there was no bathroom, there was no kitchen, there was kind of like a makeshift sink area. So there was plumbing, but there wasn't a full kitchen. So in the time that I've lived here, a lot of that has happened, but nothing has ever been finished, fully finished. And when I move out of here, my son, who is going to be 22 very soon, he's going to be staying in the apartment, and I'm moving to the house. So I would like to get some of these projects done for him, and one of those projects is in the kitchen. It's the backsplash. It was never finished, and it's just drywall with mud, one coat of mud on the joints, and that's it. I've been like thinking of other ideas that I can do on my own, and one of those was like those peel and stick tiles, which would obviously be an easy job, but they're actually kind of expensive, and
they're not very, like, they don't stick well all the time. They're finicky, I guess you could say. So, yesterday, I don't even know what I was doing. It might have just been like a recommended video that popped up on making faux brick backsplash with joint compound, which I have plenty of. And some of the tutorials, because then I went down a rabbit hole watching tutorials, and some of them I think it turned out kind of cheesy, but I think with my artistic ability I could make it look pretty good. So I think I'm gonna try that today, and I will show you guys a little bit of that process. Hopefully it'll get done in this video. One thing is, I know it's going to be messy, and it is definitely kind of tedious getting it set up, but I think it'll be nice in the long run, and it should be kind of fun. It'll give me something to do as well. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to change out of my work clothes and get to work on it. Alright guys, it's actually several days later now, but listen, there's just not enough hours in the day. So it's time to move on to step number 2 on the backsplash, which is basically just smear mud all over it, over top of the tape. And doing it kind of, roughly. You don't want it to be perfectly smooth. And then while the mud is still wet, you need to remove the tape. So since my wall's kind of long, I might do half and then pull that tape off and then do the other half. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how fast it dries. Okay, so I'm really mad, but this entire clip is out of focus, and I feel it's important enough that I wanted to leave it in anyway and just let you know kind of what I'm doing here. I found the best way to get a really good brick texture was to roughly smear the mud on and then use my hand and just make handprints all over, and then to take my trowel and lightly skim across the top of the prints, and it just kind of knocked off the high points and left a really cool texture. Now, you could very easily use a sponge or something like that, but I didn't have any. All I had was my hands. So that's what I did, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So this next step is pretty optional, but I took a brush, a dry, cheap brush, and just kind of tapped it along the edges to soften the sharpness of where the tape was, and it actually added like a little ridge along the edges, like if it had mortar on it. So it really did make it look a lot more realistic. Alright, so done for today. I gotta let the mud dry and then I'll paint it. If I had to do it over again, I would have painted the drywall first. The tape has pulled up some areas of the paper on the drywall. I tried to just pull as gently as possible on the tape, and I think it'll be fine once I have some some primer and paint, and then I'm going to put at least 1 or 2 coats of a clear poly. Don't know if I'm going to go with like a gloss or a matte, but definitely protecting it, considering it's a backsplash, so it's going to be exposed to water and grease and cleaning and stuff. So yeah, maybe tomorrow. It is a 3-day weekend. I have off today, tomorrow, and Monday. I was going to say Sunday, but that's tomorrow. And yeah, so hopefully I'll get some of that done. I'm a little concerned though, because yesterday my mom tested positive for COVID, and last weekend, pretty sure my dad had it, although he didn't get tested because he didn't have a consistent high fever, and his symptoms were a little strange. And then on Tuesday of this week, my mom started having some strange, they're just not the typical COVID symptoms. No sore throat, nothing, coughing, none of that. She had a very upset stomach, and my dad was just headache and like sinus pressure kind of stuff. So there's that going on, and hopefully I don't wake up sick tomorrow morning, but there is that possibility because we do work together. I share an office with my mom, and we use, you know, the same desk, the same phone, keyboard, all that stuff. So we'll see. Either way, I'm sure I'll keep you posted. I'm sure I won't feel like it, but you know, I'll let you know one way or the other. So yeah, that's it for now. I don't know what else I'm gonna do today. I kind of want to stay productive in case I am in bed for the next week or so. So yeah, maybe I'll see you later today. Good morning, guys. So it's been a few days, and as you see, I painted the backsplash and it's finished now. I also put some polyurethane on it to keep it more waterproof, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. Yes, it's obviously not real brick, but I like it. I really like it. I still have to finish the receptacles and put the vent hood up, and then I also went and put the shelves above the sink and decorated them a little bit for fall, and I'm just so happy with the way it turned out. And it's like, it's been unfinished for, oh my gosh, probably 2 years now, and I've been living with it, just drywall, and this was so easy and basically free. So yeah, I'm just really happy with the way it turned out. So I'm definitely going to end this vlog here. I know it's well over 20 minutes long at this point, but before I go, I just want to let you know that my mom is doing well. She's fully recovered now. I never developed any symptoms. I know. I hear you. I hear you. They probably hear you too. Yeah. But yeah, so she's totally fine now, and I never developed any symptoms. However, I wouldn't be surprised if I did actually have it and I was asymptomatic. So one of these days I'd like to go get the antibody test, just to know. I mean, it doesn't really matter one way or the other. But yes, so I just wanted to update you guys on that. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I am going to go work on the house today with my parents. We're starting the tongue and groove, so you guys can look forward to that in the next video. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!